Our first opportunity to win a trophy this season, and we failed. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0, Carabao Cup final review from me, Will Rogge. Disappointing is what I'll say. You can. It's not cope, but you can say, yeah, it's the least relevant of all the trophies. You can say, I'd rather win the others. By the way, we've not won the others, so you want to get that trophy on the board so that you can then see, yeah, we've won this. We've beaten City in a big game. Let's go and push on. But we didn't. We lost, and it was, for me, a very tactically poor performance from Mikel Arteta, combated by a very strong tactical outclassing from Pep Guardiola in the end. Because Pep, he squeezed us. They didn't press really. They didn't man-to-man press. They laid that 4 men across and just let Kepa deal with the ball. It was either Kepa or Gabriel. They didn't let Saliba play with the ball because they know that if Saliba's playing with the ball, we can get it up the pitch. But they basically blocked off our route to our midfield. Kepa was not able to find the passes, which you'd think David Raya would, it brings up the question of, should you play the cup goalkeeper in a game which is so important? People have been talking about the momentum that game brings to the table. You're playing the team who you're battling with in the league. You might have to battle with again in the FA Cup semi or final if you get there. And you play Kepa. I think, it's understandable. Cup goalies do this all the time. But when you've not won a trophy for 6 years, do you not put your best foot forward to try and show we mean something? I know. And it's not the only reason we lost, because City played Trafford. He actually made a couple of wonderful saves at the start to stop us going 1-0 up. But we didn't really create any clear-cut chances after that situation. So you can't blame Kepa. But it felt like a tactical outclassing. Arteta once again, in a massive game, looking a little bit out of his depth. I mean, in a world where you're subbing on Gabriel Jesus to try and save a game, at that point, it basically feels like the white flag when Jesus is on the field because he's just so useless now. I thought that he should have made the subs earlier. I thought that Saka was quite useless, to be honest with you. And trust me, it pains me when I have to be, not happy with Bukayo Saka's performance. But Madueke looked a lot better once he came on. I'd have even put Dowman on there. I really think that, Havertz was pretty useless. It was a real shame that we didn't have Timber or Ebbs on the pitch. I know City, again, did not like making excuses. It's not cope. City were missing Diaz. They couldn't play Guehi. Donnarumma wasn't playing. But for us, it felt like we really missed Eze linking up the play at the 10. It felt like we really missed Timber because Ben White was tragic. And the yellow card for Hincapié, which was not a yellow card, there was a complete dive by Matheus Nunes, meant that Semenyo was having fun with him down that side. And, you can say swing the roundabouts. Kepa himself, some people might say he could have been sent off, but what he really did was put the fear into the hearts of the rest of our team. He invited City to sit there and block our route. And when we go long, Gyökeres can't win a header to save his life, and we just keep pumping the ball back to them, They score the first goal, a complete disaster from Kepa. And then the second goal, he tries to lump it. Instead of going long, he lumps it to the side, which was useless. They get the ball, they kind of build a bit of momentum, cross it. Nico O'Reilly gets his second. I really do not like Nico O'Reilly. If I could have picked a player on their team to not score, apart from obviously Foden, who got his young kid minutes off the bench in the last second, because he's at that level now. But Nico O'Reilly scored twice. I'm sure that will boost his star to the moon. But yeah, we just didn't deserve anything out of that game. Havertz could have scored early, but he didn't. And then we didn't do enough to win that game of football. It is the League Cup. You would hope that we will not now completely capitulate in the league. As I look at my little title race rundown here, we've obviously won our last 2 games. City drew their last 2 in the race. We've got Bournemouth at home. They've got Chelsea away. That could be another point swing if we wake up, because Bournemouth are unbeaten in 11 games and Chelsea are not playing well. That could be a negative point swing if we're not careful. Obviously, we've got the international break. Saliba's pulled out. Eze, Timber, Ødegaard. We don't know if they're going to be back or not at this point. It's worrying because Ben White is not up to scratch. Timber, we need him back. Eze has been so good. We're going to lose March Eze or Spring Eze to an injury. That's like, it's just typical. But hopefully he's all right. We don't know. I don't think he's going to have scanned in 6 or 7 days. And we'll just have to go from there and hope that he's fine. Odegaard, I mean, I don't think he'd make a big difference anyway, but, it's nice to have those bodies back. So yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a hard one to take. Obviously, go win the Premier League, and nobody cares about losing the League Cup final. It's pretty obvious. It would have been nice to win the quadruple, or even the bloody, have a kind of, not even the quadruple, but the league and the Carabao Cup if we don't win the FA Cup. But we're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. We're top of the league. Calm down, reset after the international break, and go show them why this was the fluke. Not that this was a restoring to pattern, but that the pattern was broken by City. Beat them at the Etihad and win the league.